We've been really thinking about decarbonization pretty seriously here. We've joined pretty much every commitment you can as a city to put our stake in the ground about the importance of climate. We've committed to moving to a zero carbon economy by the year 2050 at the latest. And so we've been data driven in that we've been performing a carbon accounting every single year, a greenhouse gas emissions inventory to really pick apart what sectors of the economy are contributing to our emissions the most and how do we get a handle on that. And so we're really focused on this framework around reducing building energy use, driving more energy efficiency. Secondly, increasing renewables and drastically decarbonizing our power supply. Third, being reducing vehicle miles traveled and needing to promote and encourage and push alternative transportation programs. And last but certainly not least, electrify everything.
We focus on energy, water, food, waste, and ecology action brought on by everyday people. But also helping everything from Fortune 500 companies to other nonprofits, our fellow UN NGOs, local governments, to essentially understand how sustainability fits in to whatever it is that they're doing, their triple bottom line, their economic, social, and environmental impact that's so key. We are a mutualistic organization built on a network of networks, and we're very happy to connect and to communicate if there's anything that we can do to help you in your efforts and to also join our efforts.
Environment America and myself, of course, want to see a country that's powered by 100% renewable energy. And if we actually want to get there, then we can't have fossil fuel powered appliances in our homes, right? We need to have things like heat pumps and heat pump water heaters, electric stoves, the whole 9 yards, so that our solar panels and wind turbines can actually hook up to our homes and our businesses and provide them with power. And we mostly work with our state groups at the state and local level to pass incentives and rebates for people that maybe want to install electric technologies in their buildings, but might not have the financial options to do so. We'll also work on passing other pro-electrification policies, like ensuring that every new building that's constructed is all electric or at least electric ready.
I have an initiative that I'm working on that I'm pretty excited about. I don't know if you all know about sewer heat recovery systems, but we have 2 of them now here in Colorado. Effectively, they're harvesting excess energy from sewage systems and circulating that around to heat those buildings without using extra energy. It's estimated to save like 3,000 tons of carbon per year. And they are now looking to replicate that all across the region. And I'm working with investors in the opportunity zone space who are looking to basically build districts and build energy infrastructure for districts.
We're of the mindset that homes are going to be built, buildings are going to continue to be built throughout our state. How can we help make them the best possible? And for us, that means that we're trying to work with all of our local builders here. Some of the cool work that we're really diving into and excited to work on with our builder clients right now is how to use information about their homes to talk about some ESG investing opportunities. How do we take our understanding of how these homes are going to perform to showcase what builders are doing, how they're building better, how they're taking these next steps in home performance and putting that front stage.
I work with sports teams, specifically the facilities teams, to understand how to decarbonize the stadium operations, whether that's through upgrades, through aligning with city or local requirements, or actually really leading the way in their various leagues. I have just recently talked to a Major League Baseball team that's done a full carbon analysis and have asked me to help them identify, using that analysis, the solutions to decarbonize. And one huge area of opportunity in the sports industry that we haven't talked too much about, but I think is really interesting, is just the divestment from fossil fuels in general and the power of sports and other large influencers to use their platform to influence their sponsors and corporations, and also vice versa.
For me, which it's an issue that is very challenging, which is how do we get people who typically don't have the funds to make investments in their homes to make them net zero or electrify their houses. And I think that's a bigger challenge than, frankly, new construction homes, right? With new construction homes, you can adopt a code that says every single house has to be electrified. It's a lot more difficult for you to actually do that for existing homes.
We recently acquired a 900-acre property, so we're going to be stewarding a forest. And so with the threat of wildfire, we actually need to kind of stop relying on the main provider of electricity. And so we're looking at solar panels in some of the houses, but we know that energy is at the top of the list, as well as resetting the water infrastructure.
Our three main goals for the city of Atlanta pertain to going 100% clean energy by 2035.
I run Georgia's only sustainability-focused real estate team. And then in my volunteer time, I push sustainability within our realtor associations. There's a huge opportunity in existing housing. I live in a mid-century modern home built in the 60s, very popular style right now. What I do and how I try to impact a wider audience is I document what we do to our house on the energy efficiency and building science side, from blogging to just general social media.
We install solar panels and battery systems of all types, off-grid, grid tie, residential, commercial, solar carports, you name it. We've designed, constructed, and installed it. Electricity consumes most of our carbon emissions, and we just need rapid adoption to change that.
Particularly in the transmission scale business and the community solar markets, we just see where even places like in the Midwest and other parts of the country where, at one point solar probably wasn't the most reasonable alternative. It was more wind to the existing fossil fuel generation fleet. But as the cost of electricity has come down and people have gotten more comfortable with large penetrations of solar on their grid, we've seen where it's played a big role in these big utilities who are very kind of slow to change now have their own internal commitments that they've made to decarbonize their electricity grid. So I think that train has left the station. Like, there's no stopping where we're going right now. It's just how fast are we going to go?